Hello students. In the last few lectures, we discuss the chapter 15 economic development. We talk about economic development concept, per capita income. Then we talk about the difference between economic progress and economic development. Then we talk about the features of developing economy. And today we will talk about economic and non-economic activity. In our today's lecture, we will cover up three things: economic and non-economic activities, structure of Indian economy, and the factors of production. These are the topics which we discuss with the help of textbook paragraphs and the paperwork technique. So let's start without any disturbance. Before we are studying about the Indian economy, let us know what economic and non-economic activities are available. So we understand the concept first, and then we will go ahead in the example area. So when you talk about the uh, economic activity, the definition is given that economic activity means earning or spending money for exchange of commodities or services. Means economic activity relate with money. Either you are doing activity to earn money or you are associating activity to spend money. So it is related with either earning or spending money. But for what earning and spending? Either for commodities or for service. So economic activity involve money. Either you are earning money or you are spending money. Either you are earning money through selling commodities or provide service, or you are spending money to purchase commodities and to get the services. So that's why economic activity is related with earning or spending money. The example of activities of farmer, artisan, businessman, teacher, they all are included in economic activity. They all do the activity to earn money or spend money. Farmer earn through commodities production. Okay, artisan by relating to the clothing. Businessman do the business. Teacher teach and get the fees or salary. So these all include in economic activity. Now, in a compared to that, non-economic activities that are not aimed at obtaining income or reciprocate, give and take something indirectly, are called non-economic activity. So in non-economic activity, we are not including money at all. Here the aim is not to earn or spend money. Here the aim is not to obtain income or to do something, give and take directly or indirectly. It is done either responsibility or emotions or affection, etc. Money matter is not involved. For example, nurturing of a child by the mother, activities of social service done by social worker, this can be indicated as non-economic activity because they are not doing this activity keeping earning in mind. Okay. Now in exam, the difference of economic activities and non-economic activities can be asked. Okay, so you have to prepare it if it possible. There are two questions of differences I have to show you. So I'll keep both the differences in a separate video. Okay. The next topic is structure of Indian economy, but we want to revise what we learn economic activity and non-economic activity by the help of paper technique. Few of you are not happy with paper technique, few of you are happy with paper technique. My purpose is once I read from textbook, explain from textbook and then revise from paperwork, so it will be better. Remember, that is the purpose. So now what paperwork say? Economic activities. Now economic activities relate with either earning or spending. But earning and spending for commodities or service. Means either you are earning, okay, through selling commodities or providing some service, or you are spending for commodities or for some services. Examples are farmer, teacher, businessman. Non-economic activity, that is the activity not aimed at obtaining income. The aim is not to earn or not reciprocate something indirectly. Means there is nothing give and take approach that I will do this work, you give me that. That is not there. The example, nurturing of a child by mother, activities of social service by social worker. These all are example of non-economic activity. So I hope you better understand this. Now we will move on the another topic, and that topic is structure of Indian economy. How the economy of India divide as far as the work, the occupation concern. From this topic, in last board exam one question asked, and it was logical question. So we will discuss that question also. So let's start reading first from textbook. Now, various occupations and economic activity are classified into three sections. There are three categories, okay, of occupation and economic activities. If you want to bifurcate occupations of India, if you want to bifurcate economical activity of India, then you can bifurcate them into three categories. And they are primary sector, secondary sector, and service sector. This classification of economic activities are recognized as commercial structure. These three classification is also known as commercial structure. Please underline important word, commercial structure. And all the three sections and activities included in them may be discussed as follows. So we discuss them term by term. The first category we have to learn is primary sector. Now, agriculture and agriculture related activities such as cattle rearing, cattle breeding, fishing, poultry farm, collection of forest products, mining of raw metal are included in primary sector or primary sector section. Now, students, how we understand a particular activity is primary sector? Those activity, okay, they are directly depend on nature. That means you will able to obtain the product directly from nature. For example, forest products you receive by nature, okay, fishing you receive from nature directly. So those activity which is directly depend on nature, their majority comes in primary sector. Either they are related with agriculture or they are related with agriculture associated activities. Like cattle rearing means you take care of the cattle, and cattle breeding you nurture the cattle to get the various products. Okay, fishing you already know, poultry farm to produce and to receive the eggs and all those, collection of forest products, medicinal plant and all those things, and mining of raw material to get the raw material from the raw metal from the earth crust. So these are related with nature directly. Now the second category, that is secondary sector. Now in whatever you receive from primary sector, on that you go for process, then you will be in secondary sector. Whatever you receive in primary sector, you will process on them to go for production, and that production activity is known as secondary sector. Let's read in textbook first. Small and large scale industries, factories, construction, electricity, gas and water supply are included in this section. So it is related with factory, industries, construction, okay. And this section is also acknowledged as industry because it produces something, which include production from small pin to gigantic machine. So whatever you obtain from primary sector, in secondary sector you will provide the facility of production, means you start production. Okay, means you produce, and the because you produce, so it comes as it acknowledged as industry. So all the industries comes under secondary sector. All the factories, construction, electric compliances, gas, water supply, they all comes under secondary sector because they all relate with the word production and they all acknowledge as industry. Now we move on the third, that is service sector. Different types of services are included in this section. Okay, basically service means to serve. So services like trade, communication, airways, waterways, education, health, banking, insurance, tourism, and entertainment. They all are included in this sector. If you observe carefully, they all are not produce anything, but they provide service. So they comes in service sector. They serve, and for that service, they are charging the amount. So that's why it comes under service sector. Now we go for one example, okay, so that you understand all three sectors together. For example, I go to forest, and in forest I go for collect the wood under the permission of government. I collect the wood, I cut the trees, and I collect the wood. So cutting the trees and collect the wood, that is primary sector. With the help of that wood, in my factory, I prepare furniture. So furniture comes under secondary sector. Now I want to sell that furniture to the customer. So I require to send that furniture to customer's place. And for that, I require transportation. So that transportation comes under category of service sector. I hope you understand all these three. Now, normally what happens? See, important paragraph. Normally, the primary sector dominates, increased in developing country. Those countries which are developing country, where the development work is going on, in that countries, primary sector is dominating. The ratio is very high of primary sector. Primary sector contributes in developing country. Primary sector contributes the most in employment generation and national income. They contribute a lot. If you calculate total people who are employed, who get a job in developing country, majority of them, they are doing primary sector job. And if a developing country's national income, if you calculate, then in the national income of developing country, the ratio of primary sector is very high. However, as there is a rise in economic development, if the country is developing and move towards developed nation, significant importance of primary sector decrease in compared to secondary and service sector. India is developing country, but if India move towards developed country category, then primary sector is decreasing, secondary and service sector increasing, and importance of industrial sector and service sector also increase. So this is the situation of structure of our Indian economy. Now what we read, I would like to revise it through paperwork. So we will start with the paperwork. Okay. Now see in paperwork what is mentioned. The structure of Indian economy. There are three sections of occupations and the economic activities. And these three classification of economic activities are recognized as commercial structure. So we can say structure of Indian economy. Synonym is what? The synonym of this is commercial structure. These both are same. Okay, they are same. Commercial structure. Now the structure of Indian economy or commercial structure divide into three categories, and they are primary sector, secondary sector and service sector. Now we talk about A, primary sector. Agriculture and agriculture related activities comes under primary sector. Examples are cattle rearing, cattle breeding, fishing, poultry farm, collection of forest products, mining of raw metal, All these are the example of primary sector because all these relate with nature directly. Now in developing country, what is mentioned? See, primary sector dominates high increase in developing countries. And primary sector also contribute the most in national income and employment generation in developing country. Another conclusion is mentioned over here. As there is a rise in economic development, primary sector decrease. Like from a developing stage, if a country moved towards developed stage, then the primary sector decrease compared to secondary and service sector, and industrial sector and service sector increase. So when India moved towards developed nation, then primary sector is decreasing and secondary and service sector increasing. Then after this we move on the secondary sector. Now secondary sector includes small and large scale industry, factory, construction, electricity, gas and water supply. They all are secondary sector example. Important, secondary sector also known as industry sector, can be asked in MCQ type of question or objective question, that secondary sector also known as industry sector, and it includes the production from small pin to gigantic machine. But the word is important, that is it include what? Production. So whatever you receive from primary sector, this will go for production. Now service sector. Now service sector includes services. Now which are the service? Trade, communication, airways and waterways for transportation, education. They all are service sector. See, they serve, they not produce anything in a materialistic form. Health, banking and insurance, tourism, entertainment, they all comes in service sector. Movies comes, TV serials comes in entertainment. Okay, banking, insurance, you already aware. Education, what is going on right now, they all are example of service sector. Okay, now we move on the third topic of our textbook, and that is the factor of production. Okay, this question is also important. Okay, but before I go for a factor of production, one question I want to ask you. In board exam, the last board exam question asked from this topic is, suppose there are three students, X, Y and Z. Okay, now the father of X is a insurance agent, father of Y has a factory, and father of Z is a farmer. So classify the parents of X, Y, Z into various sectors. Now the student whose father is insurance agent, insurance comes under service, so service sector. Factories, so it is secondary sector. And farming, that is primary sector. So by that way in board exam question asked. Okay. Now we move on the factor of production. Okay. This question can also ask for 3 marks. Okay. So please learn properly. Okay. And at the end of this explanation, I will give one formula that how you remember these 4 points. Okay. So first we talk about factor of production. Now production is done with the help of natural resources and labor. Anybody in the world, if they want to go for production, then they can go for production with the help of either they use natural resources and they use labor. When you combine natural resources processed by labor, automatically you will get production. So you can frame an equation, production is equal to natural resources plus labor. Different types of tools are used for production. If you want to use production, okay, you want to go for produce something, we require variety of tools. Now the factors are divided into 4 parts. These factors, these tools are divided into 4 parts. Land, capital, labor and entrepreneur. Whenever you talk about production, in whole world, if anybody talk about production, then they are using these 4 tools, these 4 factors: land, capital, labor and entrepreneur, directly or indirectly. We discuss them term by term. The first word is land. Now In normal meaning, normal sense, land is a upper layer of the surface of the earth. We learn in chapter 8, we learn in 9th standard also. In normal sense, when we say land, land is the upper layer of the surface of the earth. Fine, that's correct. Okay, but that's the normal meaning. But in terms of economics, the meaning is different. In economics, the meaning of the land is different types of natural resources, which includes forest, river, mountains, mineral present in the interior of earth, metals, etc., present on the earth surface. So here they can ask the question, tricky question. Write the economic definition of the land. Write the economic definition of the land. Then you have to write that land means different types of natural resources, including forest, rivers, mountains, minerals in the interior of the earth, and the metals present in the earth's surface. They all are combinedly known as land. If you want to start production, you require land directly or indirectly. Thus, important, land is a natural tool for production. Can be asked in 3 marks. Give reason. Land is a natural tool of production. Why? Because it includes all the natural items. Forest, river, mountains, they all are natural items. Okay. Now, second factor of production is capital. Man-made instrument, whatever man-made instrument, they are helpful in production process. Okay, I repeat, all man-made instruments which are helpful in production, they all are called capital. For example, I have a plant. Now plant is man-made instrument, but plant is helpful in production process. Production become fast and accurate, so plant is capital. Instrument, tools, houses are including capital. Property, assets, investment, they all are capital. 2 conditions. Number 1, it must be man-made instrument. Number 2, it must be helpful in production process. Then that is called capital. The next is labor. Now labor means mental or physical work. This is the definition. Okay, please remember, labor means mental or physical work done with aim to obtain monetary, money related gain. So when we say labor, labor means not only physical work, mental or physical work. And it is done with the aim of obtaining money. You are doing physical and mental work, that is true. But your purpose is to what? Obtain, receive. Monetary gain means money. Anybody do any physical work or mental work to get money, okay, then that is called labor. Labor is a living factor of production. Can be asked. Living. Capital and land, they are not living. But labor is a human being, living factor of production. Work of farm laborers, workers, teachers, doctors, artisans, they all are called labor. Labor means not only those who work on the road, those who work in farm. Doctor also labor. Teacher also labor. Because in economics, labor means a person, human being, okay, who does mental and physical work that comes with the gain, monetary gain purpose, that comes under labor category. Now here I would like to ask you the question. Please write the answer in comments. Challenging question, students. Challenging question. Teachers put under the category of labor. And we learn labor means, go for mental or physical work. The question for you is, teacher does mental work or physical work or both? I repeat the question. Teacher does mental work or physical work or both? That you have to write in the comment section. I am very eagerly, always eager to read your answer in comments. Now the fourth point, entrepreneurship. The person who efficiently combines the 3 factors of production, land, capital, and labor is called entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a person who efficiently combine means associate other factors of production, land, capital, and labor is called entrepreneur. Means entrepreneur is a person who take maximum benefit of land, maximum benefit of capital, maximum benefit of labor, then that person is known as entrepreneur. The role of entrepreneur is to combine other three factors of production. And the process of combining the three factors of production, the process of combining other three factors of production in profit making, converting into profit making process is called entrepreneurship. This is the definition of entrepreneurship. Can be asked in 1 mark. Entrepreneurship means the process of combining the three factors of production, land, capital, labor, in such a way that it convert into profit making process. Then that activity is known as entrepreneurship. Now we will go for understand the factor of production with paperwork. So see the paperwork. Factor of production. The several definition is given. Production done with the help of natural resources and labor. So whenever you are talking about production, you are taking the help of what? Natural resources and labor. You are combining these two, natural resources, okay, and the labor. Now different types of tools used for production. If you want to go for production, there are tools available and they are called 4 factors of production. And which are these factors of production? The factors of productions are land, capital, labor and entrepreneurship. I repeat, land, capital, labor and entrepreneurship. Now we revise them term by term. Okay. First we talk about land. Normally upper layer of the surface of earth is known as land. As I say, normal definition. But in exam they ask economical definition. So in economics, land means different types of natural resources. When we talk about land, okay, land means different types of natural resources. And these natural resources include forest, river, mountain, mineral present in the interior of earth, metals, etc. on earth. They all are considered as the part of land. So this is the economical definition. Please remember definition. Now another important thing, land is a natural tool for production. Can be asked, either give reason or fill in the blanks. That land is a natural tool for production. Second, capital, man-made instruments. Okay, all the man-made instruments which are helpful in production process, such as the instruments, tools, houses, they all are comes under category of capital. Condition is what? It must be man-made instrument and it also required to be helpful in production process. These two are the compulsory conditions. So capital include what? All the property, all the assets like factory premises, office premises, investment, they all comes under category of capital. Then labor, the meaning. Okay, how can you consider someone as labor? In economics, the definition divided into 2 parts. So I put a box and put into 2. The first is labor means mental or physical work. Means every labor either doing mental work or physical work. But what is the reason? Why mental or physical work? With the aim of obtaining monetary gain. They receive money. Okay. They receive money. Why? Because they do mental work or physical work. So labor means mental or physical work with the aim of obtaining, collecting, getting the monetary gain. Okay. Money gain. Labor is living factor of production. Labor is the living factor. Others are non-living. Okay. Clear? Other means land and capital. They are non-living. But labor is a living factor of production. Now, who are considered as labor? Some examples. Farm labor, workers, teachers, doctors, artisans, they all are labor. The fourth is entrepreneurship. Now, entrepreneur is the person, is also living factor. See, entrepreneur is the person who efficiently combine other three factors of production. The word efficiently is compulsory over here, okay, because it in a focus of profit making. Okay, so entrepreneur is the person who efficiently combine other three factors of production. Entrepreneurship is equal to land plus capital plus labor. Okay, and the definition is given: the process of coordinating the three factor of production in profit making process is called entrepreneurship. Formula: enter in lab with land and capital. Entrepreneur, labor, land and capital. We end our session over here, students. Please write your opinion in comments and we will meet soon. Thank you.